Stan Kroenke is a billionaire who likes to come eighth. You know, mediocrity is comfortable for him because being successful costs a lot of money to fund it to be on the side of the top four, and being at the bottom of the league costs a lot of money to fund that, so he operates in a certain area. Yeah. I said last night on Twitter, if he managed the Beatles, he'd replace John Lennon with Ollie Murs.
John is now to look ahead to the protest. At the Emirates is Aftv presenter Robbie Lyle. Robbie, very good morning, Robbie.
Morning, Robbie.
Good morning. I don't always agree with Simon Jordan, but he's spot on there. He was spot on.
Do you know what, Robbie? Ray and I were talking before we come on air and saying it's remarkable how these owners think they can just play with football clubs that have been in our blood for generations and generations. It's part of our life, and yet over there they can move clubs, franchise, move to another city. They don't realise what we're like in this country. They don't understand.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened in this situation, is that they completely, well, I wouldn't even say misread the fans. They don't care. So that's why they just went ahead and did what they did. I mean, Stan Kroenke, remember, in America, he moved the St. Louis Rams from there to LA, just uprooted a whole club and moved them. So he's got a track record of doing these sort of things. And this is not American sport. You know, I mean, no disrespect to American sport, but this is English football, like you said, with their heritage, and people have supported these clubs all their lives. You can't just, you know, turn around and say, right, we're just going to break away and start up our own league with the sole, you know, objective to just make loads more money. That was, you know, nobody was consulted, not the fans, not the players, not the manager. It's disgraceful.
Robbie, you going to be there tonight at the Emirates?
I will be there tonight, yes. I am going to be there tonight. I feel that, you know, even as we know, it's a COVID time, but I feel so strongly on this that, you know, I have to be there to protest as well. You know, it's Stan Kroenke. I mean, even yesterday in the meeting that they did, with the fans forum, Stan Kroenke wasn't there. He sent his son. They couldn't, they said,
well, his son runs most of the operation now, to be fair.
You know, we never hear from Stan Kroenke though. You would have thought with the seriousness of this that he would have fronted up. And you know, even his son said, you know, oh, I'm sorry we haven't communicated with you, but it's because of the pandemic. I mean, that's ridiculous. You know, Talk Sport's still on. You know, I mean, we've still been able to communicate with you guys during a pandemic. You know, it was just some lame excuse after lame excuse. And this has been going on for years. Fans have been complaining about this for years at Arsenal.
What about the Arsenal fans at the moment? You know, this is another problem you have to face, Robbie. It's been a mediocre season, to say the least. Do you want rid of the Kroenkes, or is it better the devil you know, or how are they feeling? Because, you know, I look at the table and I think, that's not right. You know what I mean? It's not right. And the European dream is still alive because Europa League. But it's been a very, very poor season, hasn't it? Do you want rid of the owners?
I want rid of the owners, yes. I want rid of the owners. And for me, it even goes deeper than just the season on the pitch. It's the way in which they look after this club. I don't trust them no more. I never did. Even they admitted yesterday in that forum that they knew the fans have never trusted them, right? Although they've never done anything to try and improve that trust. But now the trust is completely gone. And I just don't trust them with the future of Arsenal Football Club. And I think the other, you know, this is beyond our performances on the pitch.
Do you mean ambition as in on the pitch? Because the guy's a very wealthy guy, so I don't think there's any financial problems with Arsenal. But you're talking about mediocre is not enough. We want to be challenging to win again, to be champions.
Of course, his only ambition is to make money. So, you know, for years and years we saw it, that their only aim was to get into the top four, because the top four secured money. He had no ambition to win things. Now we want an owner that has ambitions to win things and get Arsenal back to where they were, like when Ray was playing. And also we want an owner that cares about the club and cares about the fans. And at the moment we don't have an owner that does that.
So what about Ray? I've not spoken to you about it. And Robbie, I'll get Robbie and then I'll come back to you, Ray. Fan ownership, is it about time that each Premier club had, say, 1-2% ownership by supporters?
I'd love to see the same model like what they have in Germany, where fans have 51% control. I think that model, I'd love to see the government bring that in, because remember, it wasn't just Arsenal with this. there's all the other clubs that join this gang, this cartel, as I call it. And I was even thinking about it yesterday. I was saying to myself, had some of those other clubs have been offered to come in, you never know, they might have jumped in as well. So I think it's really important. If you notice, none of the German clubs, including Bayern, Dortmund, none of them got involved in this because they knew that they could never, because their fans wouldn't have it. So I'd love to see that. I think that would be the perfect outcome from this whole mess.
Robbie, what's your reaction when certain fans say, and I'm probably one of them, about Arsenal Fan TV, you want them to lose because you get more hits on your YouTube channel? Because what it is, all the other fans want to see Arsenal fans having a meltdown when they lose a game.
What's this got to do with what we're talking about?
Well, no, I'm just saying. I mean, we're a fan base, I look at Arsenal Fan TV and say sometimes you're quite an embarrassment to look at it. As an Arsenal fan, I want Arsenal to win every single game. I think sometimes you look at it and say, well, if they lose, we're going to get more hits this week. We're going to make more money.
Ray, with all due respect, you're chatting rubbish. I want my team to win absolutely every game, right? Absolutely every game. And I know you're very close to the club and maybe you might find it difficult to speak out on this situation, but I'm saying to you that this is beyond performances on the pitch right now. We're talking about an owner who doesn't care. I care about my club. I've supported this club since the 80s. Right. But I don't think these owners are suitable to run this club. Well, simple as that.
Yeah, but it's hard to get rid of owners. Owners is sometimes you've got to, you know, look at Manchester United in the same situation. Sometimes you've got to just hope that they can put the money in and they can get back to the, because owners just don't walk away for the sake of it. They're in it to.
But Ray, do you trust them? Do you trust these owners?
Well, at the moment, no, because they shouldn't have ever done what they did and going into the Super League and have apologised. Now, it will take time for the fans to get back on board with Arsenal because, you know, it's been a real wrench for a lot of clubs. I mean, Liverpool the same, Manchester United. No one expected all of a sudden we're in a Super League, and no one wants that. So it's going to take time, but they did apologise. People make mistakes, and now, look, this protest will be very good tonight because it's all about saying we're not happy with how it's been done, how it's been run, and I totally agree with that. But it's still a lot to play for this season. We've still got the Europa League to play for, and you know, we can win that somehow. We've got a chance. We're in the last four. Then suddenly we are back in the Champions League, and it will be good for the club. So supporters have still got to get behind the team as well.
Yeah, no, 100% the supporters have got to get behind the team. And, you know, I think all the supporters, now that this Super League is not going to be taking place, supporters are really, really looking forward to, that is in particular the game next week, where we can, you know, get to a final, win that and get into the Champions League in the right way. That's all we want. You know what I mean? Because remember, with what was being proposed, you would have thought that every Arsenal fan would be jumping up and down and say, well, a competition that we're struggling year in, year out to get into, we're now going to be automatically in it. But we didn't look on it that way. We want to earn our way in it. Right. I want to be able to look a Leicester fan in the eye, a West Ham fan in the eye. You know what I mean? I've got loads of mates who are West Ham fans that right now they got a run in for the top four. I want to be able to look them in the eye and say, you know, we've deserved to get into the Champions League, not that we bought our way in.
One honest question. Come on. Did you get more hits this week because Arsenal having a nightmare? On your channel, come on, did you get
this week on our channel? This week,
have you got a lot more hits this week because Arsenal going through it?
Talk Sport had a lot more hits.
I don't know. I don't know.
You're asking some ridiculous questions, Ray.
Well, I think most of your followers are from other teams. That's what I'm saying.
Talk Sport, a Sky, and all these channels going to get more hits because of what's gone on with the Super League.
I bet you more.
It's a big talking point.
Robbie, I bet you more Tottenham fans follow you than Arsenal fans.
Oh, you're chatting absolute rubbish, Ray.
I'm just saying, I think that's what it is. They want to see, they want to see Arsenal fans having a meltdown.
This is the problem, right? You are trying to protect your job at Arsenal.
I'm not trying to, I ain't got a job at Arsenal. I haven't got a job.
Instead of talking about, I've come on here to talk about a very serious thing, which was the owners of our club and various other clubs, right? Trying to sell out a history and sell out the fans and even the players of these clubs, right? And you're telling me about hits. It's nothing to do with hits. This is to do with Arsenal Football Club, a club that I love. This is to do the guys who do the Man United channels, the guys who do, they love their clubs.
Oh,
they
come on, Robbie. You like it when they lose as well.
Their own money.
I've seen your videos when they lose. You're all going having a meltdown.
Have you seen them when we win?
Oh.
Have you seen them when we win? What is this? I mean, I'm sorry. You're so out of touch, Ray. You're so out of touch. It's unbelievable. I respect you. I respect you as a player. You were a great, great player for Arsenal. But listen, you need to understand, this is bigger than hits. This is bigger than wins or losses. This is about our football club that is being, at the moment, ruined by the owners who don't care. And this week, they proved that.
I know, I'm totally with that, and it'll take a lot of time to get trust back with the owners. If it does get back, I don't know.
How do you think they'll get it back? How do you think they'll get it back?
Well, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how they get it back.
What would you like them to do? What would you like them to do?
Well, first thing they can do is say, what, season tickets, a little bit of a discount on season tickets, and say, look, sorry about it, we've made a massive mistake, but we still got to get behind the team, Robbie. The most important thing is Arsenal Football Club is say, right, we need to get back in the Champions League. We don't need supporters sometimes liking them to lose because we're getting more,
Listen, we are behind the team 100%, right? 100%. We are behind the team, right? I go to every single game. I was there in Baku, right? That was another one where,
absolutely.
Where,
that was a
that was another one in the Champions League where UEFA, who are not, don't take them out of this as well, where they made us play a final in Baku. I was there when we lost 4-0. I've been to every single game. I've gone to watch games in Ukraine. I love this club. I follow this club everywhere. But right now, this is bigger than even on
I
the
think
pitch.
we're a bit of a laugh.
We're talking about the ownership. We're talking about ownership.
Totally agree.
Care.
But I think we're still a little bit of a laughing stock with your channel. I think people look at it and they crack up when they see you going mad and this and whatever outside the stadium and whatever. Look, Robbie, I'm so pleased you're doing really well and it's all great. Don't get me wrong, and it's a fantastic because it's all about business. It's all about making money, and good luck to you. That's all I say to you.
Kroenke. Well, you sound like Stan Kroenke. It's all about.
Well, you're making a few quid out of it, so you know, and by having a meltdown.
Right, you're completely, it's like...
I'm not Stan Kroenke, I promise you. I want the best for Arsenal Football Club. I don't know if you want the best for Arsenal Football Club. I want the best for Arsenal Football Club.
I think I want the best for Arsenal Football Club at all times. I think you're there protecting your job.
What job? I ain't got a job. Right. What job's that?
Or, you're
am I going to be a new manager or something? I don't know. I don't know what job this is.
You know what? I haven't got a job.
Let's get this straight. I haven't got a job at Arsenal.
Good owners.
I haven't got a job at Arsenal, Robbie.
We can agree to disagree, but all I want is good ownership of Arsenal Football Club. This is a great football club with great history. It doesn't matter whether you agree with me or not, but the owners have let the fans down, right? And this is why fans are choosing to protest. This is a pandemic is going on. You think anybody?
No. Every fan, whoever's in the Super League, every fan is protesting. Look at Manchester United yesterday. Look at Liverpool.
Yeah.
And I totally agree with that.
That's what I said. This thing is bigger than hits. This thing is bigger than talk sport. This is our game that last week nearly got taken away from us. We've been able to halt that because of the power of the fans. It was the fans that spoke out about this, right? And caused such an eruption about it, right? That then spread. The government got involved. The players, you could see as well, were not with this idea. And that's what led to this thing falling over. Otherwise, it would have happened. It would have happened, right? And who knows whether they'll try and do something like this again. This is why there needs to be a change. There needs to be more fan ownership in football.
Look, we've said that already, Robbie. We've said that already. We need more fans involved in football to control and try and run the club because everybody wants the best for Arsenal. That's what I'm saying. I want the best for Arsenal. Alan wants the best for Arsenal. He's been in the Diamond Club a few times. Is that right, Al?
Steady. Robbie, take that Everton scarf off as well, by the way. Robbie, I've enjoyed this today.
No
Thank
problem.
you. And be careful tonight.